At 10:30 this morning, we were joined by Daniel Dubois, promoter, the one and only Frank Warren. And of course, we now know the appeal has gone in regards the outcome of that fight when Frank and Dubois and the rest thought that Dubois was robbed on the night after that punch on the belt of Usyk. Usyk folded but got back up and won the fight. What was your take on that? Do you think Frank and the rest are wasting their time?
Yeah, wasting their time. Completely wasting their time. I don't know and expect any positive outcome on this. He's trying to turn it into a no contest, and I guess by doing so he wants Dubois to maybe have a mandatory position so he doesn't drop down the rankings and he can just jump straight back in with Usyk or whoever's got a world title belt. It split so many people. If it was 100% people saying it was perfect and it was a great body shot, then fair enough, he's got a chance. But because so many people in boxing have said no, it was low, so many people in boxing have said it was fair, there's no outcome with it. My main concern would be with Daniel Dubois and what he did after that. Usyk was clearly hurt. He's down, and I'm looking at Dubois, and he's almost looking around as to, okay, what do I do next? I'm like, you're a fighter. Go in there and finish the job. Usyk's hurt, and yes, he's had his 5 minutes of laying on the floor and getting his breath back, but he's hurt. Go in there and cause some damage, and he just seems to not know what to do. I like Dubois a lot. He's only young. He's 25, but there seems to be something lacking with Daniel Dubois, and I'd focus more on that than trying to get this turned into a no contest.
Yeah. I mean, I know your thoughts on it. Somebody you and I spoke to, Simon, is Don Charles, of course, Dubois' trainer on the night. This was his take, and this was Don in studio regards Dubois over in that fight in Poland.
He says he would have got up. We assume he wouldn't have got up. I saw what I saw. The man was quaking.
Yeah.
Okay, he was in great pain from that body shot.
But he'd have been forced to get up, or he'd have been counted out.
They wouldn't be able physically to get up. The pain he was in. That shot is a horrible shot.
Yeah,
it cripples people. He wouldn't have made the count of 10. And had he made the count of 10, Daniel would automatically, instinctively jumped on him and concluded the fight.
Where does this...
So many ifs and buts in that.
Yeah, well, exactly, Ade. Where does this low blow debate take us?
I mean, some people have called for VAR in boxing, and I don't know. I don't know what you do with it. Was it low? I don't think it was. At the time of watching it live, I thought it was a good shot. But the question is, and I think Don alluded to it there, that if they start counting, if it is low, does Usyk get up? I think he does get up if the referee starts counting. I think he's in front of his hometown fans. I know it was in Poland, but most of Ukrainians were there. I think he gets up. But again, I think most people, and Don's doing it as well, is deflecting from, I think, bigger issues with Daniel Dubois. I'm not going to say quitting that fight because I've never been punched in the face by Oleksandr Usyk. but there were times in that fight when I was like, get up. Go and get up and go for it. This is a unified heavyweight title opportunity that I don't think you really deserved. This is your opportunity to really put some pressure on Oleksandr Usyk and become a heavyweight champion of the world. And he just didn't do it for me. He didn't do it. And I think there needs to be bigger questions there of what they do with Daniel Dubois rather than Frank trying to get a no contest, which he's not going to get. It's a wasted journey.
It seems, Simon, that Dubois is still way off where he should be.
Oh, I think there's very little to disagree with what Ade's just said. The only thing is, I think that Frank is fishing in a pond to keep the mandatory position.
Yeah,
I think that's what his main objective is. If you go for the no contest, you're not going to get it. If you go for the rematch, you're probably not going to get it. But if they throw you the keeping the mandatory position, then you've got your outcome. Really, Frank's loaded his guns, and I think everything Ade has said is right. The only question is about the subjectivity of the referee and his performance, because you've got a fight on the same night that we've spoken about, Jared Anderson, that's got blows exactly the same, 15 of them, and no one said anything about it. You've got a referee that's not counting because he's considered it to be a low blow. He hasn't taken a point away, hasn't warned the fighter, and he hasn't given Oleksandr Usyk 5 minutes, which he's entitled to.
Yes,
that's very interesting.
All of these things.
That's very, very interesting. That's something I didn't observe on the night. If it was a low blow, and it was a bad one, I didn't once see the referee warn Dubois about the low blow. Like, that's a low blow.
That's right.
And I didn't once see him threaten to take a point away either. So maybe the magnitude of the whole event just got to the referee. Oleksandr Usyk's down. Is he really down? He must be hurt. Let's not give it.
Well, Ade, we saw that last weekend with Fraser Clark, caught in this low blow argument himself against Dave Allen.
Yeah.
3 low blows and the docking of a point.
No,
but they were low blows.
They were low. Yeah,
they were low blows.
Where's the consistency?
There isn't.
No. These were undebatable. They were almost hitting Dave Allen's knees.
Yeah, they were. They were low.
Docked. I mean, should that have been applied in Dubois Usyk?
Yeah, it should have. It should have. But again, almost a bit like football, and we've seen some silly decisions recently, you do wonder whether some refs are up for the big fights.
Did you see?
And maybe the magnitude is just a bit too big for the ref.
Did you see the referee briefing the fighters before?
Yeah.
Odd.
Very odd. Where he sat down in the changing rooms and briefed them. Yeah.
Yeah. When he started talking to Daniel Dubois about how he should handle the event and how he should not be... I mean, this is a fighter that's got a trainer for that.
Yeah.
He doesn't need the referee to tell him how to process the arena and what's going to happen to him and not pay any attention to anybody else but himself and the fight and the trainer. Very strange dynamic.
Yeah. I think Frank should be doing more with his time, to be quite honest, because I think he's up against it here.
He is. And in Dubois, look, he's got a very good kid, a very good fighter. But they need to know where he is. When they've stepped him up twice now to Joyce and to Oleksandr Usyk, he's lost. When they've put him in against really, really poor low opponents, Trevor Bryan, Kevin Lerena is one. Where is he as a fighter? Is he a top 20 heavyweight? Is he a top 15? We need to see those type of fights instead of him fighting guys that are far too good for him and then him fighting guys that really and truly he could beat with one hand. Where is he? And let's start building him from there.